High school teachers of Reddit, what is the one thing you want your students to know that you would never tell them in person? If you're jacking off in class, we can tell. Is this actually something people would do? When you think you're being a genius by getting me to talk about random things at the beginning of class instead of teaching, I'm really allowing it to happen because I don't have enough plan to cover a full class. I don't care that you came to class stoned. Just stop interrupting class, and for God's sake, don't touch any power tools while you're stoned. I knew a guy that would come into first period stoned. He would always complete his work extremely fast and accurately too. Then he would just stare at his paper or whatever when he's done. Basically, a genius when stoned. But anyways, the weed smell doesn't magically disappear between the parking lot and my classroom. I can see who you have a crush on in the classroom. I knew you were cheating, so I gave you a test with the answers in a different order for the rest of the semester. You clearly weren't very bright to figure it out, and yes, I am that spiteful. It was easier than reporting the cheating. I can definitely hear the horrible things you were saying. Yes, I see that you were on the other side of the room. I may be old to you, but I am certainly not deaf. Also, that teenage boy is definitely going to buy you a Big Mac in exchange for oral sex. 100 out of 100 times. One day, you're going to come across people who are not being paid to tolerate you, and all of a sudden, life is going to become considerably more difficult. I feel like this is one they should tell the kids in person. I encourage my worst kids as much or more than my favorites because I don't want them back in my class next year. That we have much better hearing than you assume. We just choose our battles as it pertains to inappropriate comments. And sometimes, I pretend not to see that thing you just did because I too found it humorous, and speaking to you about it would only result in me cracking up. If you're going to eat in class, stop staring at me while you're doing it. You're ratting yourself out. I can smell you. Everyone can. Please, for the love of God, use deodorant. That it's just as weird for me as it is for you when we bump into each other in public. I saw my English teacher at the grocery store once. We made eye contact, I nodded, he nodded back, we kept walking, said nothing about it the next day, never brought it back up. That's proper procedure. Yes, I do have favorite students. No, I won't tell you who they are because that would discourage you. But yes, they're probably who you imagine them to be. I'm a bus driver. Sit the fuck down, you will die if I crash. One of the most valuable lessons I can teach you is to fake looking busy. If we're supposed to be working on an assignment or reading or whatever, and you see me coming your way, at least have a piece of paper on your desk and a pen in your hand and some shit in your paper, then I won't bother you. If you have nothing going on and can't even be bothered to make it look like you're trying, I'm heading your way. This lesson will be invaluable with eventual bosses someday. One of my high school teachers actually gave me an A on a project I obviously BS'd because he said that was the most valuable lesson I could learn in life. You're unique. You're not special. Set your goals high, but understand that if you change your goals to needs, you will have a lifetime of disappointment.